Hello, low riders. It's me again, Lois. Thank you for following me. I want to talk about Monique and moms. I'm very disappointed in Monique. She has been using her son for the last couple of weeks as a punching board. Okay? I get that there's a breakdown in the relationship because at the time that you had him, Monique, you didn't want to be a mother. But then you decided, well, I'm going to partially be a mother because I'm going to pay for everything he needs. Well, excuse me, I shouldn't say everything he needs, everything that you think that he needs. What he needed from you was love, affection, guidance, discipline, a multitude of things. You chose not to do those things, okay? Because like you said, you wanted to be a star. Well, you are a star. Okay, but you still have the mindset of somebody struggling in the gutter by stating that he has to come to you. You're going to leave it up to him. It's obvious he has tried to come to you. However, the impression that I'm getting about you, Monique, is that you just want to talk to hear yourself talk. And your husband, daddy, or whatever the flipping dip you call him, you want him to talk just so you could hear him talk and look lovingly in his eyes and follow whatever nonsense he's telling you. The bottom line is you disrespected your son publicly and internationally, because I'm sure it's overseas too. You disrespected your son by talking crap about him in the first place, number one. Allowing that man, Sydney, your husband, to speak when he claims that he couldn't be his father. So if you couldn't be that boy's father or that young man's father, then you need to back the flip and dip out of the conversation and shut the flip and dip up, okay? And number three, saying that you did everything that you could when you didn't. And now you're using him in your comedy sketch. It's already bad enough that you mother effing and mother effing and mother effing and mother effing all over the place, every other word. But then you use your son as part of your comedy routine. How low can a mother go? You know, sometimes I listen to what you're saying and I want to support you in certain aspects of your fight with whoever you were fighting with for the last 99 years. But I listened to that phone call that you put online with your shady ass with Tyler Perry. You and your husband would not let that man get one word in edgewise. When he started to talk, y'all talked over him, y'all out-talked him, and then you had the blatant nerve and disrespect to say, let me talk to Medea. What in the fuck was that, Monique? Okay, really, what was that? Asking him to speak to a character that he made up. That was the lowest form of disrespect that you could give that man that you've been begging for an apology from for 12 years. Let's be real clear. Telling somebody to apologize to you and then they turn around and apologize is not sincere. You know, you're getting an apology by proxy. Oh, let me just shut this witch up so she can leave me the F alone. That's the bottom line what it is. You want an apology because you want to be able to say, see, I told you I was right. I told you I was right. Well, you're not. You're going on this campaign for 12 years to try to prove that you're right. When everything in your machinations and your movements and your speak and everything else says that you haven't moved on, you're not going to move on until he licks my boots or kisses my ass or whatever it is you're expecting from this man. Okay, there's some things missing to your story. I truly and firmly believe that there's some things missing to your story because You're saying he said this and he said that, and I'm hearing him say he didn't say that, but you and your husband are talking over him and not allowing him to get in a complete sentence with a period at the end. You know what I'm saying? You're running around here trying to out-talk everybody else, and you try to sound so eloquently and and well-spoken when you're out here mother effering or motherfuckering all over the damn stage. That's why you're losing support from people. You don't realize that's why you're losing support. We try to have your back, but all you're doing is whining and whining and whining and whining. And then when you bring your son into it, I have a child that's 34 years old, and yes, he is still my child. Yes, I laid down and had him, just like you said in your comedy act. But the one thing I will not do is say, fuck you to my child. I will not say, fuck you, nigger, to my child. That's some downright disrespectful nonsense. I don't even know how you even decided to come up with that in your comedy skit just to get laughs. Did you realize you had people walking out and talking about you, but you don't care? You just want people to laugh. You just want to hear the laughter. You don't really hear the cries from the people saying, come on, check yourself, sis. Get your shit together. You don't hear any of that. All you hear is the laughter, and you see the few coins that you're receiving. You could have been much more great and more wealthy had you put aside all this other rhetoric that you're putting out there every time you tell a story. You tell a story and you get nastier and nastier every time you tell it. And then you got to keep dragging people into it that have absolutely nothing to do with it. Stop using other people's problems for the reason that you're being so disrespectful, and then you turn around and say, oh, my sweet babies, I love y'all. No, you don't, because you don't love yourself. It starts with you loving yourself. And if you loved yourself enough, you would sit yourself down and actually have a moment with yourself and say, man, I did fuck up, didn't I? I did fuck up. Well, let me see what I need to do to change that. Shalon did not deserve any of that bullshit that you just pulled the last couple of weeks, putting his personal phone calls and text messages and bank information and stuff online for the freaking world to see. What does that prove? Because to me, as a mother of 64, I am 64 years old. Yes, a mother at 64 with a 34-year-old son, is absolutely no way in June, July, I will pull that bullshit. Me and my son have argued. He has disrespected me. And I do a thing like this and say, look, I'm done. We're not talking right now. We need to go to our neutral corners because we need to calm the fuck down. Because you're going to say something that's going to make me put your ass out or not want to deal with you. Or I'm going to say something that I'm going to feel bad about. So let your mama take a break. Let me take a motherfucking break before I say something I don't fucking mean. Because I know your kids can take you there. And especially when they're grown. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing is, well, I'm grown. But the bottom line is you didn't give your child what he needed as a young man, as a child, as a young man, as a young adult, and now as a full adult with a child of his own. Buying material things, that don't mean nothing. Because those things can be broken. Those things can be stolen. A lot of things can happen with material things. But the love that you give to your child from your heart and genuine love, that's forever. That's priceless, Monique. I need you to get your shit together and figure out how you're going to make up to Shalon and leave Sydney the fuck out of it. He ain't got a goddamn thing to do with it because as he said, I can't be that boy's father because his father is still alive. Well, stand the fuck back, fall back, stand down, Sydney. This ain't your motherfucking fight. Monique, take care of your son. Monique, make up with your son. Monique, stop the bullshit. Hey, Low Riders, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Tell me what you think. I love you guys. Peace.